Hey guys, Sprinter Mom with lashes on here. I've got my lashes on for the holidays, and I also have my Santas hanging from my ears, if you can see this. I got these cute Santa earrings at this very cheap store in the mall, and it was very exciting. I think they were $3.99. Anyway, they'll last probably 3 times. Then I'll throw them out because they'll be broken by probably December 26th.
This is the Sprinter Mom with Lashes on podcast.
I am here today to say Merry Christmas. We are entering the Christmas season. It's my favorite time of year. And also one of the hardest times of year for kids if they have been in foster care or different situations. It's just a reminder that we're so blessed. And because I am in the business I'm in with social services, I'm very aware of how blessed our family is and how blessed most kids are. And I've seen firsthand what it looks like to not be with a bio mom or a bio dad for your first time over Christmas, or to celebrate Christmas for the first time because you grew up without one because your family was so poor. And so I've kind of seen different situations, and I wanted to just give a little encouragement and just share a few things that as an adoptive family and a foster mom, I would recommend for families if you are even a blended family, like things could just look different. And so, yeah, I want to just talk about a few things that I've noticed and that you can be prepared for. If this is your first Christmas with kids in your house that you did not have in your house last year. So number one of the things that we have to do is talk about the holiday traditions. And so with Thanksgiving, whose house do we go to? What meals do we cook? Christmas is coming. What does our Christmas break look like? What do we typically do as a centers? Is this your first time as a centers? Which for my kids, it'll be their second time technically. But what are some things that the centers do that are traditions? And so we talk about it a lot leading up to Christmas because we want them to kind of know what to expect as much as possible. It's still, you get to the day and they're sometimes they can freeze and sometimes they can like want to hide out in their room. But we just do our best to be positive and excited and kind of get them into the excitement of what is coming. But there's also some sad parts to it. But so we do talk about our routines. Sometimes we were taking the kids to Polar Express recently, and we did surprise the little kids. But we told them the day of, we told the little kids the day of, talking about a train, which was really exciting. But for the two big kids, we said, hey, we're doing this. This is kind of what it is, and explained it more because even though they're older kids, they still like to have some idea before they walk into that environment. And of course, it's always a surprise and you're like, oh my gosh, we're on a train. And Ricardo, our 13-year-old, was like, I never thought I would ride a train in my life. And so like those were fun moments of, he knew we were going into it. He knew kind of like about it. Sometimes we show videos. I waited to show pictures until we were there of the kids previously being on it. I didn't want them to feel bad that they hadn't done it before. And so, yeah, it's just like those situations are so wonderful, but we have to talk about it a lot leading up to it. And Denitza was on my back as we were leaving the train. And she said, because it was freezing and I was trying to rush to the car, and she said, Mom, this was the best day of my life. And so moments like that are so worth it and still so fun, even when you kind of prep them for what's coming. The other thing to prepare for is knowing that gifts are coming. And so a few things. One thing is we're always careful, and our grandparents were so good at this, but if this is a grandparents or aunts or uncles' first time having a holiday with you and your family that looks different this year, whether you're fostering or you've adopted, prepare them for what presents might look like. I would always ask and request that the presents are the same financially across the board. Our grandparents are good at doing that. I think all our kids got either like a hoodie or a beanie last year across the board. The boys did. Girls stuff always looks a little different, but they're girls and they're princesses. But financially they're around the same cost. And so it's never like this, oh, these grandparents like the birth children, or these grandparents like the kids who've been in your home longer. It's always the same for Christmas. And so even myself and financially, we've had to really stretch when it comes to Christmas because there are such a huge number, but I've still been really careful to make it fair across the board because I don't want anything to look different. The one thing that will look different, and I did not prepare for it this year. Well, I guess I couldn't prepare for it because we are so new into this family of 11, 9 at home. I always say that. Ryan's always like, we've got 9 kids. And I'm like, we don't, we have 11. And because we're still parenting 2 other adults. So yeah, I have 11 kids. But for my 9 at home, we put the Christmas tree up over Thanksgiving weekend. And as we were putting up the tree, the one thing that we've done, that I've known friends to do and my family's kind of done, and is that we've gotten our kids ornaments every year. And not only do we get the kids an ornament every year, we typically do like a family ornament that has like all our names on it. And Ryan kind of started the tradition because when him and I were, before we even got engaged, when we were dating, he knew he was going to propose to me. But when we were dating, he got us the mall ornaments where it was Ryan and Sarah on the little reindeer. Pre-babies, pre-anything. And so every year, as we've added kids, we've gone and gotten those ornaments, which here's a fun fact. If you actually wait till the day after Christmas, those ornaments are 50% off. So if it's really like, if it's a gift, that's one thing. But if you're buying it because it's a tradition for your family, sometimes I go the day after Christmas and we'll get it 50% off. Anyway, so as we've added kids, we've added these ornaments with names on them, but also each year our kids have been collecting ornaments that one day I will pack up and send with them. And so as we're decorating the Christmas tree this year, you can see the kids start to see Drew has a lot, Brooklyn has a lot, Gavin has a lot, Maddox has a lot. And that's true because they've been around for all these years and they're going to have a lot. So the kids last year got their first ornaments, and luckily some of them created ornaments in their classrooms, which that's always fun because we hang on to those, and those kind of count as their ornaments, which don't tell anyone, but the puppy ate Kevin's baby Jesus, which I feel like could be, I don't know, like a damning situation for the puppy, but whatever, it's neither here nor there. I'm going to let Kevin make another ornament. Baby Jesus is gone. But I would say that we hang on to those ornaments and things that are special memories because we want them to start adding to their collection. So that is one of the things that we just have to be sensitive to, because I'm not going to take away the other kids' items. I can't give them 10 new ornaments to catch up, but we're just going to naturally start building up our ornament pile and know that we're all centers now. And so, yeah, you're going to have a stash by the time you leave the house. But in the meantime, it might look a little short, and that's okay. I am ordering new ornaments again. So we'll have some more ornaments this time of year, and that's okay. So yeah, there are some things that come up like that where we might have pictures with Santa or mementos that they weren't in. But those are stories we have. That's a past we share, and we talk about it, and we share those memories with the kids that do have the pictures of them. And then we create more memories and take pictures of that and document it for our new crew. And that's just one of the ways that we try to like blend some stuff together. And one of the things that Ryan and I just like to be conscious of, knowing that there are some feelings around that sometimes for the big kids. Last recommendation that I would make for the families that are fostering this year or have adopted or are still part of an agency, take advantage of the Christmas tree programs. I know you see the Christmas tree, the angel trees, the gift gatherings. Like there's all sorts of ways to bless others during the Christmas season. You are a family that has chosen to take on this mission in your personal home with your bio kids. And whether you are fostering forever, whether you are doing respite, or the kids will be reunited, or you think this is a long-term placement, who knows? Take advantage of the emails that say, please share your info and what your child would like. And let me tell you, early on, I was always really embarrassed because although we were fostering, we could afford gifts, but it's helpful. And I think that's okay. And people want to bless others. And so we would get emails from our foster care agency saying, please send the gifts that your children would like, but also include your children at home, your birth children, because we want to bless them too. And I used to not. And then as time went on, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this, because 6 kids at home when you were used to 4, or 4 kids at home when you were used to 2, any help is amazing. And it's really about the kids. It's not about your ego or anything to do with you as a parent or what you're providing or not providing. It's legitimately people just wanting to bless those who are doing this hard mission. And it is a hard mission. So take advantage of the programs. Take advantage of the free Christmas parties where you can go sit on Santa's lap for free. This stuff has turned out to be so expensive. And there are a lot of things that now that we have a larger family, Ryan and I have to just say no to, because we used to be able to up and go or do the, Scottsdale Princess Christmas celebration. Like, those are amazing and fun, but they're like $2,000 when it comes down to it for a large family. And so take advantage of the free parties. The foster care agencies put on great parties. They put on great feasts, celebrations for the families. Don't feel embarrassed. Take advantage of it. Get the free gifts and let the kids open them on Christmas Day and look at their smiles and just know that was a blessing that you allowed into your life. And don't feel bad about that. So yes, enjoy Christmas with your kids and your family. I hope you give yourself some grace as you're wrapping presents and wrapping and wrapping and wrapping. I hope you remember that you're killing it as a parent, whether you're doing it on your own or with your spouse, you're killing it. So do the job. It's a hard job, but it's worth it.
Thanks for joining us today for the Sprinter Mom with Lashes On podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. We'll see you next week.